James Harden's extension with the Rockets. He's got a few more years with us. From the moment James was here, Mr. Alexander said, "I want you to retire as a Rocket," and 6 more years with James. My job, every day is to try and put the players around him to win a championship. That's our only goal here. I know that's James's only goal. The relationship that we have in terms of him pushing me to make the team better, and his ability to recruit other players like Chris Paul, we saw yesterday, like all the players around the team, is the modern way that I think teams are going to be built. Get a cornerstone player like James and have him bring everyone to the party in Houston. And we're excited for the next step. We think next year is going to be the best team we have, and it's all thanks to this guy. Thanks. I think you're supposed to say something, James.
Oh, I am? It's rare that you feel so welcome, feel like you're at home, and feel like every single day you wake up and you go to work, and you have people around you that motivate you, that push you to be better, and that you just love being around. And that's another reason why I signed the extension. I don't plan on going anywhere. I don't want to deal with free agency. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. I know where home is. I know where I want to be. I know where I want to retire ultimately, and I know where I want to win a championship. And so everything is going to happen here in Houston, and that's the reason I'm here for forever.
Open for questions.
James, what does it mean to you that the Rockets did all they could as quickly as they could in this situation?
What do you mean, the extension?
Right, exactly. They did everything got done quickly.
Yeah, I mean that was the plan. I don't want to have to go through free agency. I'm sure they don't want me to go through free agency as well. So, like I said, I know where home is. We have the best relationship ever, and the next step is to win a championship. So, the front office, Mr. Alexander, they're going to do their job and try to get the best players in here, for our team. And my job is to go out there and compete at a high level and try to win as many games as we can.
Mike, can you address? You came here a year ago, and people thought you were a little crazy with this idea of James being a point guard and things. Can you just talk about how everything has progressed in just a year's time?
Well, the thing that was kind of funny is that whatever position he plays, he's going to be really good at. So, we put him over the point guard because with what we had, that was the best thing that we could have done. But he's always going to be a point guard on the floor, whether it's the 2, the 1, the 3, it doesn't matter. But he had a phenomenal year last year, and it's I've coached a lot of people and watched a lot of games, and the stuff that he did in, day out was incredible. And now I'm just so excited about, he's going to be here a long time, so that's good for the organization. We're tied. Yeah. So that's good. But I'm excited, with the addition of Chris and getting the other guys back, and the improvement of Clint Capella. There's just a lot of positive things happening, and it should be exciting for the fans of Houston.
James, what's your
Oh, it's all right. I just want to finish. Obviously, you know I didn't have anything left.
Sorry.
You're good.
James, what is your vision of this pairing with Chris? He talks about being energized and having kind of a new energy looking forward. How do you envision this working out here?
Well, I can speak for Chris. The last 13 years, he's had to dominate the ball so much just because he didn't have a consistent, somebody to help him, create plays and do other things for him. So, and I know how he feels. I mean, these last, 5 years, I kind of feel that same way as far as just dominating the ball. Kind of feels good to, get a catch and shoot opportunity or just run the floor and not, 4 or 5 possessions in a row and not worried about having to make a play every possession. So, we had a good workout, in Vegas, and it felt good. It felt good to be out there and just run the floor and just have fun, And so it's going to be fun. There's no point guard, there's no shooting guard. We just go out there and make plays and make our teammates better.
That being said, you feel like you got worn down a little bit as the year went on
I mean,
last year?
I don't know if it was worn down, but I mean, it's just tough. I don't think anybody in the league had to dominate the ball like I did. So it is what it is. I will never complain about it. I'll go out there and just do my job to the best of my ability, and whatever coach and the front office or whatever needs me to do, my teammates needs me to do, I'm gonna go out there and try to do it.
James, when you came here from Oklahoma City, could you have envisioned how this city has embraced you, how this team has embraced you, how you've just really become the face of this team and this franchise?
Yeah, it's more than I can ever imagine. From the city, the fans, my teammates, and then these guys right here. From Mr. Alexander to Tab Brown to Daryl to even Mike. For this past year, even Rafael in the back. It's constant communication. I talk to these people more than my mom, more than my family and friends. It's really a family. I'm not exaggerating it, and I wouldn't rather be in any other place than here.
I was going to ask you kind of about that a little bit. The communication that this organization has with you about the team itself, transactions and plans and things. Do you have a feel for how unusual or unique even that might be across the league? And what has that meant to this general feeling you described of feeling more welcome here?
I think it's definitely unique. I know previous situations it wasn't like that. So and it's not just with me, it's with the other guys, other teammates as well. So it's literally one big family, and I know how unique it is. I know how special it is to feel welcome and feel loved and treated normal. So they humble me every day, and that's what drives me to go out there and work hard and try to be the best James I can be.
Yesterday, Chris mentioned that since the trade, you and he have communicated every single day. Can you share any of what you talked about, and how much has that energized you for next season?
We talked about everything, everything off the course of life. Obviously, wanting to win, and just how can we make our team better? How can we make our team better? How can we make our teammates better than we have now? And that's going to be the most important thing. How can we, rally these guys up every single day and motivate them every single day to want to go out there and just do whatever it takes to win. So, both it's new positions for both of us, and I think communication is going to get us over that hump. Literally, that's no lie. We talk every single day.
Do you look at this as the two of you creating something new, or is there something that we can look at any point in basketball and say, oh, it's kind of going to look like those two on the court together?
I don't think anybody's ever seen anything like this before. Two guys that can create and facilitate and just do things with the ball that nobody's done. From the one position and the shooting guard position. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited to be a part of it, and I'm sure he is, and our teammates as well.
Since you said you wanted to be here, you're going to be here forever for your whole career. What do you want, your legacy to be? What do you want to build here? What's the most important thing that you want to be known for being here?
Well, first of all, the legacy has to come with championships. That's going to solidify it. But just knowing that I was very impactful in the community, very impactful, in the city of Houston, and that I did it the right way. It was a league first example guy, kind-hearted, and just loved. That's the most important thing. People that I surround myself with every single day, people that I work for and work with every single day, make them feel like I'm normal and they can talk to me about anything.
James, when you're talking to Chris before the trade, or PJ before he signed, or whoever it is you're trying to get here, what are the things that you're emphasizing? What are your selling points for this franchise?
I can't tell you that. Nah. Obviously, man, we have the best organization, from top to bottom, and it just, I think everybody's seen it last year. You get the right pieces in here, and it can be fun. We can do something really special. And you add, Mike to the mix. I think people seen the glimpse of what could be last year, and I felt like Chris, saw himself in that situation at the point guard, and hopefully we can go further than that.
James, obviously Daryl and the organization is always looking to improve the team and make it better capable of competing. Do you feel like the team you have today, the roster you have today, is capable of competing for a championship?
Oh, for sure. For sure. We have a Hall of Famer. We just added a Hall of Famer, a guy that IQ is probably one of the best to ever do it. Passing ability, defensively, he's a beast. He just brings so much to our team that we didn't really have. And so adding him, to help other guys, younger guys like Clint, it makes our team that much better. And when you're going to compete against a championship and a team like Golden State, the defending champions, you have to have that ability on the court to give yourself a chance.
Chris yesterday talked about sacrifice, and that's something that you guys have talked about in your conversations the last 3 weeks. That's something that will be emphasized with the rest of the team. What is specifically about sacrifice and the fact that you guys are coming together and forming this kind of new thing that's so important?
I think sacrifice comes with communication. I don't think either Chris or myself or any of our teammates are selfish. So it's just about communication. I think that's the only way we're going to get through this thing. Chris might be accustomed to some things that I'm not, or vice versa. So as long as we can talk our way through it and just figure it out, which that's would be pretty simple, we'll be all right. But I mean, whether it's him getting on me about catching and shooting open shots because we hadn't had it before, or the other way around. But you got a great veteran group that wants to win, and we're all on the same page.
When you hear them, I'm sure you've heard them or seen them since the news of the contract. The richest contract in the history of the sport. How does that hit you when it's your name followed by those words?
No, honestly, sounds good, but honestly, the only thing that at this far now in my career is winning, to win a championship. The money is cool, I've worked extremely hard, thanks to Mr. Alexander for giving me that opportunity, but it doesn't really mean anything without, holding that championship up. So that's what we're working towards. That's why I'm in the gym every single day, and I won't stop until I get it.
Does it humble you to think about that? I mean, everything that you've gone through in your life up to this point, and wow.
Yeah, I'm always humbled. I'm always humbled. I'm always open to listen and learn. I always feel like I can get better. I'm just a student. I'm a student of life, and I mean, never gonna get too high, never gonna get too low, but just trying to stay level and even keeled, and be the best that I can be every single day.
James, everybody in this room knew the frustration of that Spurs series, how it ended. How much does that motivate you? What happened and the way that series ended?
Oh, for sure, it motivates me. Of course, in the end, how we wanted it to end, how I wanted it to end. But that's what life is about. You get tested, you go through certain things where things don't happen your way, or happen the way you would like them, or envision them. You have to sit back, look at how you can be better, and just be better at it. And if you fail, do it again.
James, that right there, you and Chris and even Mike have all kind of gone through those same things. Chris has been in the league 12 plus years and a lot of disappointment. Mike's been close before, you've been close before. Is that something you'll share and you can discuss about what y'all are fighting for together?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why Chris, came here as well, because he knew that basically we were the two that has been close and hasn't gotten to where we want to go, and coach, so we all have the same goal, we all have the same mindset. Trevor has one, he wants to get back. Eric wants to get one. All the guys are motivated on the same page, so it's going to work out.
Can you share how long you've known Chris and how long that relationship's been? Because I think it's kind of a surprise to a lot of people that you guys were as close as you were, and that's your primary reason why you came here.
Well, I've known Chris obviously for some years, and then the Olympics has helped us, helped our relationship, and then we just kept in contact over the years, but Trevor, is really close to him. We have a lot of guys that are really close to him, so it made it easier for him to want to come here. He's a very humble guy as well. He just wants to win. He listens. Even 13 years in, he still listens. He still feels like he can learn and be better. So it just all makes sense.
Mike, I think I saw you nodding when they unprecedented this pairing. You've been around the league a long time. With this skill set, Is that an
He
accurate?
doesn't really have to coach. Just sit there and look at it like,
I know, you don't want me to coach. It'll be better. I'm trying to think through the years. I'm sure, but as they did some examples of 2 point guards, and it really wasn't great examples. At one point, I think Jason Kidd played with somebody in Phoenix, Kevin Johnson. So, they didn't. I don't know if they played together, but they weren't shooters like these guys at the same time, point guards, and players just keep getting better. And these guys are 2 of the best in the game, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun.
You talk about this being a family a lot, like you keep saying that. Do you feel like you've grown in this family and you've kind of, not just on the court, but like grown into a man and a leader and just overall?
yes. Obviously, on the court I've grown, but off the court as a businessman, I work with these guys, especially Tad Brown, a lot. Just to, he's so smart. He's been through it all, so he helps me. He's like a kind of a father, but he helps me. He helps me just to get through every single day with the struggles that I have. Any questions about anything, he's there for me, and so that's what keeps me humble. That's what keeps me sane sometimes.
Daryl, this is kind of an unprecedented contract in terms of length because the original contract and now the extension. You're a GM that's talked a lot about flexibility, including podcast with Bill Simmons. How does a contract of this length, when you don't know what the cap is going to be in the future, kind of impact things for you and your flexibility?
Yeah, some of our decisions are hard. This one's easy. This one's we'd do more if we could. I mean, this is the most they allow us to do. You work your whole career, like myself, to get a player of James's caliber and now Chris's caliber, and we're excited. I mean, I think the reality is, starting with Mr. Alexander's philosophy even before James was here, the players are the ones who create, who make the team win or lose, win the champions or not. So the relationship with them has always been strong, and we want to work with them to create the championship teams. And I think it's the teams that recognize that are going to win going forward in the league. And we would have done longer and more money if we could.